forgot what was going on in the story just now. So I saw young Estelle, and I'm like, oh god. Streaming. I see young Estelle and I realize that it's gonna be a sad scene here. Let's make sure the stream is up and running. Ooh. How do I feel? How does my voice feel? Mr. C, Mr. C. That's me, that's me, that's me. Alright. Which, your turn to let me stream now. Hey, thanks. You have arrived. Ugh. Rails in the sky. I missed you, kind of. Right now we're in a memory. Or dream. Or flashback. I don't know. What our mom had said. Let me see. We had stew yesterday, so tonight we'll have omelets, I think. That's gonna do it. It's alright. I think it's me that's blocking. That's not important. Well. Or whatever, it'll be okay. Tonight we'll have omelets, I think. Really? Yay, yay, Mama's omelets are the best. Oh, what's this? I didn't know you liked them that much. And Mama and Papa like omelets too. I suppose it's one of the things you've inherited, sweetie. What is it, Estelle? Do you want to play with Papa after all? Not really. I see. Daddy, what you're eating? This? It's called the Great Bracer Guild House of Zamora. Bracer? Yes, although this book might be a bit hard for you to understand, Estelle. I know. How about I read you a picture book like Mama does? No, not right now. Well, if you wish. This music. It's pretty good. The door's locked. Huh? Was it this room? I don't know. Maybe I should ask Daddy. Well, we do know where Daddy is, so we can go ahead and ask him if we want. Hey, Daddy. What's in the room on the second floor? The one near the bedroom? That's our storage room. Stowage room? Storage style. It's a place where you keep things you don't use much, like a toy chest, but bigger. That's actually a pretty good description. We haven't been in there since how long? It must be covered with dust and cobwebs. Oh. Where's the key to it? Wait. What are you going to do in there? Want to go exploring? Well, I suppose it can't hurt. Mama keeps the key to it. Go on and ask her for it. Okay. This whole scene's such a bummer. Where did Mama go? She outside now? Mama, oh, there she is. Let's see. That should be the last of the onions, and now... Mama, there you are. Oh, Estelle. Trying to sneak a bit of food already. No, I got a question, Mama. Oh? Estelle explained that she was looking for the key to the storage room. Oh my, you want to explore the storage room? It's all dusty though, you'll get very dirty. Oh. Well, alright. You know the smallest set of drawers near Mama's bed, right? The key's in the topmost drawer. Thanks, Mama. But I really want you to just luxuriate in this scene. I'm making you walk around this whole space over and over again. Whose room? That's maybe my room? Must be. That's the other room, and this is... this drawer? Where'd you say it was? It's obviously not in the storage room. There's the study. So the top drawer. Here it is. Yay. Found storage room key. Oops. The door is locked. Use storage room key. Wow, this room has lots of stuff. But this is weird. Why does my heart feel so funny? Found harmonica. Uh-oh. Now it's all gonna become illuminated now, isn't it? Wow, it's pretty. This is a music thingy you blow, right? I'm gonna try playing it. Do I have to use it? Do you know the song and stuff? It's got a pretty sound, but it's kind of hard. But it's weird. I feel like I've heard this before. Go ask Mama and Papa. Mama and Papa. Ninja. Pretty much, yeah. I'm gonna go through all the Trails games. It looks, well, all the ones that are available. So I've done the first chapter, working on the second chapter, do the third chapter, then whatever in between I can get my hands on, then the Trail series, or Cold Steel. I'm looking forward to it. I actually already have the Trails 1, 2, and 3 Cold Steel, yeah, 1 and 2 on PS3. I don't know if I'll repurchase them on PS4 though. But yeah, definitely I'm gonna climb through these games and pick them for their content. Oh my goodness, that's a lovely harmonica. You'll find that in our storage room. Aha, yep. Mama, is it yours? No, I don't remember ever owning a harmonica. And I don't remember your father ever serenading me with one either. I wonder who it belongs to. Oh, we know who this belongs. But in this weird alternate universe of a memory. What's that, Estelle? That's a very lovely harmonica you have there. It was in the storeroom. Is it yours, Daddy? It isn't, but I don't believe it's Lena's either. I wonder whose it is. So I guess in her flashback she's having that nobody remembers Joshu at all? Or Joshi? May I see it for a moment, Estelle? Okay. Still-handed Cassius the harmonica. Let me see, the stamp of Rievelt. Why, this was made in Erebonia. Now I really have no idea whose this might be. Huh? Cassius handed the harmonica back to Estelle, wrapping her fingers around it with a gentle motion. Well, you're the one who found it, so perhaps it is a gift from Idios, Why not try playing it? Okay. Try playing it again, I guess. Such a weird that in this game they make you use the use command. You could do better, Estelle. Where did I hear this? Maybe I should play it there. Where did you hear that? Maybe you should play it where? Well, you're the one who found it, so perhaps some ideas. Was it out here you played it? Ooh. No, that's not quite the tune, is it? Yeah, but it's funny. I think I heard this song before. Where did she hear it? That's the problem with having cut this part into 2 streams. Where was she? Upstairs? Let's try here. Yeah, that's what I've heard, Ninja. So I don't know how I would go about approaching those ones, but Juiced is ready. Juiced's body is ready. But yeah, I don't know how I would approach going to those. So for now, I'm just gonna go and stick with the 1, 2, and 3 trails, and then we'll see where we're at after trails 3. What to play next exactly. Hello, Juiced. I started a little early today. Make sure that you can jump in if you wanted to without having to stay up to like 0 o'clock in the morning. Oh, I can't play it at all. This harmonica thing is hard. It seems like it should be easy, but it's way too hard. Compared to what it takes to use a staff, I think the harmonica is much easier. It's really just a matter of concentration. Huh? Overall, though, it's a great song. Cheerful yet somehow wistful. Yeah, let's get Juiced, because that's how long I'll be doing it today. I like your other songs too, of course, but this one's my favorite. Or what's it called again? It was where? Uh-oh, Estelle knows it. I know, right, Juice? This whole scene is like so difficult, emotional in the sense of she's having this long flashback and mom's there and everything. It's like, oh my god, rip my heart out. No, that's not it. No, it goes like this. Now she knows. That's all it took. She's back being adult again. Hey Joshua, hi. The Whereabouts of Light. I finally played it. Huh. There are moments in Cold Steel 1, especially Cold Steel 2, that only make sense with knowledge of those games. In fact, Azure outright tells you that you go Cold Steel 2. The only thing Azure doesn't tell you is how the why it does. Yeah, I'll have to really look into how to approach those. Luckily, at least I have these games to go through that will take me the rest of my life anyway, so. It's such a lovely song. Well, I'm not really your mother, Estelle. Well, Phantom, I suppose. A memory of the Lena Bright you once knew. As I suspect you've already realized, everything that's happened until now has been a dream. Yeah, I kind of figured. Even if it is a dream, though, you're still my mom. Yeah, Juiced. We'll play this and then I'll do like the last keystroke into my grave. Bury me a Trails man. A lot of people feel that way about their childhoods, Estelle. Even so, you're going, aren't you? Yeah. There are people waiting for me and there's something really important I've got to do, so... I see. Joshua, you said. He sounds like quite a handsome young man. Oh, Mom. Look at you, you're beet red, sweetie. It's funny. I'm not truly Lena, and yet I feel peaceful. My little Estelle is all grown up and strong. She's even found true love. As a mother, I couldn't be any happier. Now, don't make that face. Didn't you remember you have something you need to do? Oh no, don't make her walk into the light. That is the end of the dream. The way back to the waking world. Now go on with your head held high. Yeah. Huh. I kinda want to eat your omelet again before the end though. Really? If you want to have it, you should try making it yourself. Your omelet will probably just as good as mine, if not better. What do you... Everything you are as a parent, your skills, your dreams, your hopes, or their fortune, their future, you pass down to your children, knowingly or not. I'm going to read that again because that seems... Everything you are as a parent, skills, your dreams, your hopes for their future, pass down to your children, knowingly or not. Even if you never have a chance to teach them directly, everything you do, every thought, word, they carry with them as long as they live. You carry me with you, Estelle, omelet and all. Yeah, I guess I do. Well, I'll be going then. Give my regards to your father and to Joshua. I will, I promise. Goodbye, Mom. A good scene. Goodbye, my darling Estelle. Estelle, wake up. Huh, Sharon? Estelle, thank God yes, you woke up. Yeah. It was like a really long dream. Now I get it. It's because of this. Hey guys, happy dream time is over. Come on, back to reality. Estelle? Estelle. Dream? Trapped in a dream. Oh, I would love to know what the details of Olivier's dreams were. Probably ranch. Thank goodness you're awake. You still surprise me sometimes, Estelle. Not only did you wake up on your own, but you woke the others up as well. Now then, with that settled. You're there, aren't you? Show yourself, Luciola. What? You called me. You have called for me at last. What? I knew it. It has been a very, very long time, Scheherazade. 8 years or more now. About that, yes. To think you would ever be responsible for something like this. Oh, here's that ripping guitar. What are you doing, Lucy? Wait, what? Hold on. Cher, you know this person? Why Estelle, sweetheart? That hurts. Have you forgotten me so quickly? What in the world do you mean? The nice lady who showed you all those wonderful tarot card games and read your fortune. Don't you remember? What? Is that another one of the circus members? But she has... No way. You're Miss Lucy? Well, that is who I was once. Them twos are indeed dank juiced. Okay, I see you, character model. I see you, animation. See the... But now my purpose is different. Now I'm Enforcer number 6 to the Grandmaster of Ouroboros, Luciola the Bewitching Belle. Because we're playing tits is excellent. You gotta play the Trails of the Sky. But why? How? I would imagine Cher has figured it out, yes? Illusion magic. using a bell, your specialty, Lucy. Scheherazade, how did you not immediately know that? I mean, I knew you kind of suggested that you knew, but you didn't really. I don't think you have a ton of friends that use bells to create illusions. I hope you won't try to tell me the fog all over Berlin is an illusion, however. No, of course not. That was a phenomenon caused by the gospel. It has worked well as a catalyst of sorts to interfere with dreams. The cata? Are you saying the gospel can affect the human mind? It seems it can. A bell is little more than a guiding hand. The gospel, the fog, and the bell together create a dream so real that illusions cannot compare. A simple, happy dream bereft of suffering and loneliness. A dream you wish was real. Dreams are not a toy for you to abuse, pawn of Ouroboros. Hey, Enforcer, why is the society doing all this? What are you hoping to gain with these bizarre experiments? I am but a servant to Stell, the striking hand of the Grand Master and the Anguis. In truth, I myself have been very little more than a catalyst for this experiment. You shall have to ask the Professor or Lowell for details. We don't know who those people are. Well, we kind of do. I mean, we do, Stell doesn't. I've heard these names again and again, but who are they? You will see when the time comes, which may not be far off now. It is ironic, though. You've met them before. What? Lucy, may I say one thing? Oh, of course. At first, I didn't intend to stay in Liberl for long. I was simply looking for a place to run away to, really, until you came back. But now it's been 8 years. Yeah, that's true. She's got some powerful tools of the trade. Now I have friends, companions, people I consider family, a job I'm proud of. I'm no longer the dancing girl, Sherry of the Harvey troupe. I'm Scheherazade Harvey, the bracer. Shara. This new home of mine, I will not allow anyone to harm it, not even you, Lucy. Your spirit is strong as ever, Scheherazade, and the power of the society grows enormous, even more so with the power of the Gospels. If you wish to oppose us, you'll need everything you have. Please don't fight me right now, just leave. We just had a hard battle and I don't think I have enough. Ah, Lucy. Don't fret, we shall meet again, and soon. Perhaps then we can fill in the long gap between those lost years. Shara. How maddening. At any rate, she's gotten away, but we put an end to the trouble. Those slumbering should awaken soon. Leave Estelle alone. It's weird. At first, I usually will talk about Chloe as being like the best or my favorite, but I really do think Estelle's like the best character. I know it centers upon her and it all makes sense, but she's a really good character. Her character really has developed since the first game, and I'd imagine will continue to develop through the second and third. Like at this point, you kind of really feel like you know her. It's kind of hard to do in a game. Thinking about jumping up, happy to be alive. Well rested, I bet. Get to work, children. The mind. I see what a mess this was. I'm sorry, Aina. I should have spoken to everyone about my suspicions sooner. Yeah, you should have. That's what I was saying. It's not a problem, Shara. Not even if we had known it was an acquaintance of yours, it sounds like it would have helped at all. Much. Just pay for my drinks next time and we call it even. You got it. Given the way you two drink, I'm not sure that's the best promise to make, Shara. Shudder. Giving Olivier flashbacks. The fog is cleared and everyone who was asleep has awoken. Great work, everyone. You actually cleared several jobs on this one, so let me pay them all out right now. Boom. Coma cases investigation. Secure Purcell Farm. Boom. And won the Black Pursuit. Boom. I don't know. It still feels like we didn't manage a real solution to this one either. And now the gospel can mess with people's minds too. That's like pure oral fiction as far as most people are concerned, right? Oral fiction. Yeah, that's one's the hardest to explain so far. I think I need to call Grandpa or send him a letter. Well, either way, all we can do is wait for Gramps to finish picking apart the gospel he's got on hand. More to the point, I think the society's really starting to tip their hand. Adding to the end of this event, we know of 5 enforcers in total. Yes. Did that happen? Enforcer number X, Blue Maw, the Phantom Thief. Coolest guy in America, Walter. Enforcer number 8, Walter the Dire Wolf. Enforcer number 15, Ren the Angel of Slaughter. Enforcer number 6, Luciola the Bewitching Bell. And Enforcer number 0, Campanea the Fool. In addition to those 5, we have also heard the names of 2 repeatedly, Professor and Blow. It seems likely one of those 2 is the man we know as Lieutenant Lawrence. Yeah, that seems right. And Luciola said I know both of them. It's very possible Lawrence Belger was a false or even stolen identity. Yep, Professor Alba, the one that caused all the trouble right at the end of the first game. I hate that guy. He was always wandering around places he shouldn't have been. Now it kind of makes sense. Makes you think that something's going to happen with these tetracyllic towers, right? What gets me is that this whole mess is supposed to be a work of 7 people. That's just the craziest damn thing I've ever heard. 7 people did all this? It does seem incredible, but I'm perfectly willing to believe it. We'll need to be prepared for anything, even more so than before. Sure, are you sure you want... I mean... Honey, didn't you hear me earlier? Liberal is my home. You don't need a special reason to protect your homeland. That's dangerous. I don't know his real name, do I? Like, not off... Yeah, I wouldn't know that yet. Or I don't. Because literally, this is my first playthrough of this series, so... He's not a wise... Only wise man I know is the wise man from Xenogears. Even if that means fighting a memory from your old home. Shara. Well, keep in mind, Charizard. It doesn't have to end that way for you, you know. Walter and I accepted a long time ago that it has to end in battle between us. The one way we have to say anything to each other is with our fists. But that's not necessarily true for you, Miss Lucy, you know. Well, I think Zen has a point. Sure, you still got a lot of time to figure out what you want to do. And I think I know what I want to do myself. What? Hey everyone. I realize it's kind of late, but there's something I need to show you all. Huh? Estelle? Wait, Estelle, are you? Yeah, it's time. Everyone, I got this photo from Niall and Dorothy a little while ago. Look at Estelle growing up right before her eyes. Incredible. Estelle passed the photo around to everyone. This is, what, that thing where the bandit ship got retaken? Ah, I see, so that's how it played out. Well, I recognize the girl on the left. She's one of the Coppolas from the tournament. And on the right... What? Joshua? I'm sorry I kept quiet about this until now. It was kind of a shock, so I just couldn't come out and say it. Estelle. I don't know what Joshua thinks he's doing, but I think he's trying in his own way to fight the society. Yeah, it's very good. Especially when it comes in low, like when you start the game in the beginning. It just starts hit you with a harmonic, I guess, in the beginning, and it's just sweet. I don't think he joined the Coppolas to do bad things, but he's still, well, we understand Estelle. Besides, his lower face is covered in this photo, so it certainly can't say for sure this is Joshua Bright. No, sir. Thank you, Juice. I appreciate the bits. Yeah, you should give the bits of the game because it's the one doing this beautiful music for us to listen to this afternoon. But I really appreciate it, Juice. Thank you. We'll keep this internal to the guild for now. Thanks, Aina. But Estelle, are you sure? You finally found a clue about Joshua. Yeah, I'm sure. My connection to Joshua isn't going anywhere. Not so long as I remain myself, you know. Now that I think of it that way, I'm not going crazy over it. We're walking down different paths, but I know our destination's the same. Jin, welcome back, my dear friend. So I'm going to keep my own way for now. If I don't, I'll never become the kind of person I need to become. Estelle. Well, despite trying to act cool, I've got to admit, I really want to know just what's going on between Joshua and Miss Tomboy there. I've still got a long way to go, I guess. Yeah, no, you're not wrong, Ninja. Like, Joshua's doing some great things, and it's really actually impressive to see how... I still don't get to the point where it makes sense that he would leave Estelle, though. I guess he has fear that the Ouroboros will take control of him and make him hurt her, but he's hanging out with the Capulets a lot. I mean, I guess he's not afraid of Josette getting hurt by him. Haha, of course, Estelle. Looks like you've really made up your mind. Your dream in the forest must have been something else. Yeah, I was given a chance to remember my bond with Joshua, and I remembered my mother's warmth. I guess I can actually be thankful to the gospel this time. I guess so. It'd take a train to stop you at this point, I swear. Even gospels cannot stand before Estelle. Inspiring. Chapter 4 is in The Mist Demon's Target. Let's save. And we got a Steam achievement called The Mist Demon's Target, which basically is probably just the one that says you beat the chapter. End. Cool. Now what will this chapter bring us this time? Esmella's Tower. It's just as we heard. One of our 4 device towers activated on the release of the seal beneath Gransel Castle. A second barrier defending the aureole from all angles. The professor's research was spot on, it seems. I knew it had to do with the Chechasilic, whatever, towers. Yo, sorry to keep you waiting. Is this Metal Gear right now? Hope we didn't tire you too much with the delay. Walter, Cavanea, this is a surprise. I was sure it'd be Lowe who met me here. What turning of the wind is this, I wonder? Lowe is accompanying the professor for the moment. Though as much as it may not be my place as a mere observer, I came in instead. And I ain't got much to do at this point. Exactly, Ninja, like I was just wondering about that. Like these towers have to come back into it because that's where the professor was exploring like, the whole time in the first game. Right now I'm just killing some time. How unusual for both of you. Oh, interesting. Oh, is accompanying the professor? They're performing the last experiment then. Apparently. Our big fancy plan is heading to the big leagues look like. The Archaisms and Jaegers are almost ready. Once we have the beta in hand, we'll all be quite busy, I suspect. The last experiment, they mean to go up against the legend, I take it. Even the professor and Lo are going to struggle with that, I would imagine. Maybe. We're talking about hijacking your creature of legend after all. Ain't quite like throwing pictures around or shaking the earth. But hey, Campanella, this ain't like you. Oh, what's this now? You're usually happily tagging along with the professor. If you ain't doing that, especially when things are this interesting, that means something's even better has come up. So spit it out already. My Walter, I'm hurt. Have you so little faith in me? I trust this view as much as your number. 0. What overflowing camaraderie, Walter. Such slings, such arrows, you two are so cruel. Well, in truth, I would love to sit back and watch the fireworks unfold, but as it turns out, I have a bit of work to do. I'm off to gain us permission to use the Ark. Shit, seriously? We're finally busting that monstrosity out? This mission gets better every day. Crimson Ark, the glorious. I find it hard to believe we would use such... We intend to turn this nation into nothing more than a smoking crater? That'll be up to the professor and Lo. I'm afraid I must depart as soon as we're done. I so look forward to hearing about our experiment when I get back. This is... Yes, I thought it would be here. Behold, though, the majestic thing, is it not? Are you really going to perform an experiment on something like this? I understand your apprehension. Without this data, however, we have no hope of completing the beta. Must know. Weissman. Juice, that's too late to be playing games. I'm a parent now. Ooh. Whoa. That is a big fella right there. Oh, I see we woke you. First time in the waking world of mortals in 20 years, yeah? This is the first time we've met. Allow me to introduce myself, Weissman. You may call me George Weissman. I think I go nuts with flexible hours. I'm a routine person. I'm of the Anguis, caretaker of Ouroboros. Be gone. This power which hangs about thee like a mist, familiar it be somehow, but thy eyes betray thy purpose. In those windows I see a soul twisted and bent, and capable of joy, unyoked from bringing suffering and agony to thy fellow man. Well, such compliments. I'm afraid I must deny your request. I won't be going anywhere. 7's not too bad. I get up at 5 every day. That's how I roll, bro. After all, we've business regarding the treasure of ideas. What? Show him love. Bro beans. Bromethazine. Dad? Oh, does this stir up some memories from 1200 years ago? It's merely a replica, but I dare say it's well made enough, wouldn't you? I like the mornings. No. It's a good thing we're in different time zones, or else we'd never hang out, Juiced. Surely thou dost not. Thou cannot mean the shining ring. Ah, but I do. Those weapons look cool. Now then, our final test awaits. Chapter 5, that which one must protect. America. Please from your party. You may choose 2 other members aside from the mandatory members. The usual.
Great.
And... Okay. That sounds cool, Juiced. Is it costly to go to America? That's a very good point, Ninja. Yeah, it's definitely worked great. Definitely never led to genocide. Okay, it's time we finally got to Bose, but you know, like we've been planning for 1,000,000 years now. It's the only place that hasn't seen an experiment too. That's true, but from the sounds of it, there isn't anything odd happening in Bose. I think we can take our time for once and help out here in Relent a bit before heading out. Sounds good. Let's see if there's anything else to do and head for the landing port when we're done. Let's see if there's anything else we can actually get. Oops. New stuff. Another monster, a smellless tower monster. Looking for a person on a search for a certain traditional recipe. Idealized person will also gather the necessary ingredients once the recipe is located. Which of these seems interesting? I'm definitely not going to do all of them. Holy proof, our love, our precious engagement rings are still my black devil. Equip rid of prevent confusion. Well, I think I already got that going for me. Side. We should do these two. Let's do the fun battles. Milch Main Road monster. And we'll definitely save before getting into that. I can never remember which button is that we actually use to save. And let's see, Milch Main Road, are you north or south? Only way to find out. We're running out of one of them. Nope. Bit. Oh, that was the landing port. There it is, Milch Main Road. Oh, do I have my equipment that removes confusion actually on? Friends confuse. Yeah, I think I had that on from that last fight against those weird smoke monsters from Lost. You're not it. Ugh, I hate the way those ones look. Let's exterminate this large monster that's prowling around. Wait. What am I looking like right now? Okay, good decent CP. Let's see what we can do. Oh, son of a biscuit face. This isn't ideal. Okay, let's start by boost morale.
Let me show you the true essence of beauty.
I don't care about that. Okay, so let's see what kinds of arts they care about. Do you care about another one, fire and earth? So basically nothing from you guys. We can clock up. Oh snap. That's kind of funny that this is the problem that we run into. Like, she's like right in the cross section of death. I want to make sure that she moves out of the way. But I think I also want to attack. I wonder if I can get by. She'll move far enough away if I just do her self and whip on like dudes in the back. Or she'll like go at a weird angle. Only one way to find out. Nice. Okay, so you need to like not be there because that's gonna really F up your day. Move you all the way over here. Oh, she's really taking it. Payday in 2 weeks, what a dream. I agree. Getting paid is nice. Ouch. That didn't hurt as bad as I thought it could. Well, let's see what we can blast these boys with. What do you want to see, boys? 2000. But there's definitely softer ones in here, like these two. Oh man, yeah, Juice, definitely. I'm sure there's a bunch of things that you want to take care of as well. It's good. Okay, so what crafts shall I do on you? I wonder if I can get by with a taunt. I don't think they're gonna be. They're probably immune to taunt, I would imagine. Either way you look at it, we need to really focus on attacking one of these boys so that we can get off the old map. Nothing that kills AT. Well, this move never really does great, but I'm still taking it. Yep, still bad. Okay, thanks, Juice. Let me adjust that. Let me fix that. A little better? Yay, nay? Should I get this off right here? Yeah, I think I can. Thanks for letting me know, Juiced. Let's see. I could do Titanic Roar, which everybody hates to get hit by, but I never think it makes sense that it would make sense to hit them because they're flying, but we'll see. This game don't care about your Final Fantasy mentality. And let's give our good girl Share some hit points. Juice, don't do it to yourself. You can just enjoy the journey with me. Don't make yourself play it again. So I guess the whole gang just doesn't like fire. We can get by with a petrified breath. Who's the weakest here? 2,139. Yeah, we'll hit you. Ouch. Ooh, man. Sweet. Boy, oh boy, did that hit. That hit hurt. Whatever he's got going on, we probably need to get him rid of it. Or should we heal Shara? Nah. Shara's gonna do her flame magic. Give a simple one, 210 to kill off this boy. And if we can get it off in time. Actually, I'm not gonna take a risk. I'm gonna do this Sylphin Wisp. Sylphin Whip. Juice, don't tell me that Cold Steel isn't as good. We still gotta get through that one. Shining Force. But I waste that on now. Let's go ahead and this may lead to her dying, but nah, I should play it safe. Yeah, it's cool. I was messing with you. On you. Look you up, Shara. let's do this again. There's probably gonna be a little bit of excess, but nothing exceeds like excess. Finish it. I know. No, honestly, like going into 3D graphics kind of is exciting to me. Like looking at the combat seems like it's similar to this, but in 3D, which is, you know, after having played like what's gonna be what, like 100 hours worth of this visual style, having a nice Switch would probably be nice. But well, again, it depends on what we can get our hands on after the third of this. Because I don't know like the other series, like how they're presented, the other like more offshoot one. Could we call them side stories, guide-ins? Maybe not. Let's not dark matter. It's pretty healthy. Let's top off to. I can get away with 1,000. Ninja. That's fair. I'm actually on my own time playing through Ys 8, and that game is pretty fun actually. Like I played a bit of Ys Origins, and that game feels good, but you know, Ys 8 is a great game. I don't know if like people are just underestimating it or just not giving it much time, but it's really good. If you get a chance, you probably check it out. It moves really fast. I knew I should have done her special right then. My mind was like, I should probably use Estelle's crit attack right now, but I didn't do it. I was hezzy. Sylphin Whip feels like a good move to do for them. Now they're just tougher. Even without the speed up, he's still pretty fast compared to them. It seems to me the only thing they really care about is fire. Well, actually, Petrify, that worked pretty well. Let's see. He's gotta get some damage downfield here. I always forget I have this ability. $65. Let's hit him with an can't get them both. Earth Lance here. And we'll get you with the flare arrow. And I mean, she's looking like she's doing pretty good health-wise, so. I'm surprised they haven't done their other arts, or were those the other gods that had those special arts that they were doing? That like had an area of effect. Yeah, Ninja, you know, you're not wrong. And like I've been also picked up Tokyo Xanadu X Plus, and I mean, I think that game feels good. And I think part of my perspective is definitely shaded by how much I didn't really enjoy Persona 5. And I was really looking forward to it. Like I did all the stuff about the pre-order and everything, and it just didn't do it for me. That bums me out. I think that's what kind of led me to start checking out other series of JRPGs, because Persona 3 is like my favorite of all time. And everything else has kind of fallen short since. Earthlance, you! Fire arrow, you. I guess it'll automatically go. And you're gonna do that same thing to this dude. Hit points are looking okay. Can I get by with a stone hammer on you? Here you. There we go, style. I didn't think he was gonna get a turn off first, though. Definitely didn't look at the turn order right that time. Well, I know now if I do this that they're gonna definitely kill Estelle again. I'll wait. No, I don't want you to do that. No, no, no. Is it Ninja? Yeah, Persona 3 had the best story, and the ending was, to me, so good. Like, it's a very bold ending. Sky. You know, that game can definitely do that with the Tartarus. Tartarus, yeah, like, that can be a challenge. Persona 4 Golden I played through like 3 times, and that game feels real good.
Let me show you the true essence of you.
Yeah, that Vita is good. That Vita version is. I've run into the same problem again. I'm not gonna. I don't want to still miss out on this experience point. All right, cool. Get on up. See, the thing is that a lot of people I like whose opinions I take strong, really like Persona 5, and I've played a good amount of it. So, but not like a ton. So I'm wondering if like, really, you know. So it's like, I just don't know if I might as well just go ahead and get back into it and really play through it all, commit to it. Juiced. I have 2. And I'll say for the millionth time that the thing to have is a PlayStation TV. Yeah, the rotation of characters, that's like really important in Ninja. First, let's do this. Let's do this to you, and then do that. Not enough to change anything. It won't unkill, but
Someone's been naughty.
and oh. Yeah, they're not, but I know for sure that it's on Vita. But I mean, Sky, to your point though, a lot of games aren't, but a lot of games are, and Persona Golden definitely is compatible on that. I also think they discontinued the PlayStation TV. Or right now they're like charging exorbitant prices for it. 1, 2, 3 hit points. 1, 2, not enough. Stab this dude. Shoot this man.
Oh, are we done already?
Oh, are we done already? All these things are easier said than done now, but Persona 4 Golden is the best version of it. That's a good version of Persona 4. Yep. Let's head back to Roland. Heal up and get some items because it looks like I'm way low on items. Man, I can't believe it took me so long to realize that there's a run button. Like, it's one of those things that just rolls in my mind. Like, hey, there's a run button. Shop. Me too. I mean, for you, I think, you know, you're not wrong. I thought for sure that that was what it was. Tear bombs are kind of weak. Anyways, yeah, let's get like 8 stuff. And pick up some stuff to make my recipes. Oh my gosh. Because you couldn't catch up to anyone. Not so much of that. Can't have steak every day. Okay. I love buying items now. I'm telling you, it's signs of me aging. Buying items in video games and using them. And let's get our rest. Oh. Rest them up. So Ninja, if you're still in the chat, what are you playing now? Elch Road, and then there's the Tower Boy out to the north. This is probably gonna be a treacherous trip, but they usually have pretty good loot in those towers as well. And I've been kind of underpowered for a bit. This is not the path I want to follow. No. Damn. Swing and a miss. Way to start us though. Doing great. I love it when you miss like that. Oh, I hate you. It really is the perfect emulation machine. Nope. You just impede that. Ah, 2 good games. Rune Factory 4 that's on the 3DS, right? I think I have that one. I can't remember if I have 3 or 4. It must be 4 of that. Crosscode is neat. I haven't played through it. I was playing when it was in early access a bit, and it looks really cool. I like the style of it, but I never came back to it. I think it's gone 1.0. But yeah, is it worth getting into? Or should I say coming back to? Because I know the controls are really tight. Tight isn't good. It's the sun. The sun is invading my space right now, like through these blinds. There you go. Thanks, Jen. See? Jen gets it. Yeah, I don't need that in my life. Don't need no sun. I even have the blinds and everything closed. I need some of those blackout curtains. Oh wow, is it? Gonna a Switch port. Yeah, when I picked it up early, I was like, oh wow, this game looks like it's going somewhere, like doing some fun things. We'll have to find out it actually turned out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that boy out, man. Inside the chest is emptiness. That's all there ever is. Eternal and interminable. The glory of Crosscode. I think everybody's gonna get the opportunity since it's gonna come out on Switch. Stab that thing till you're dead. Don't you dare try to do that magic on me. Swing and a miss. Ew. Oh, I was probably save before I do this. I didn't even know that that's where there was a monster out here. Huh, guess so. I don't know anything about what these guys do, and I don't appear to be ready. Oh well, we'll see what happens. They really don't like earth attacks. Which means we need to clock up. My dude here. Oh wow, they're gonna attack really quickly. So they're gonna attack quick. What does their thing say? A monster not native to the Bose region that emits blinding shock. So I'm definitely inappropriately equipped for this. Well, one thing to do. Gotta fight. Let's clock up. See if we get it off. See how bad these boys hurt us. No morale. What are these things? Coral shells. Gregarious marine monster in old ruins, lives in groups, has anti-arts shell. So we're going to beat those guys up with our hands. Yeah. I think that was in the earlier versions I was able to play too. So yeah, I'm going to come back to that then. Maybe I should just stream that. It seems worth playing for sure. I like the art style in that game. It's very, very cool. Ouch. How bad is it gonna hurt? Pretty bad. Real bad. Hurts. Rip. Chloe. Oh, I see. Now everything is illuminated about what they mean with the shell. You know what? You know, maybe we don't need to fight that guy. I might die if I even get touched by anybody. Other than an angel. Dude, that was a serious reflect that boy had. Serious indeed. I don't think I have the actual things that I would need to complete that battle. I agree. Because those reflections are bad, and because I did like the attack all move that really caused that reflection to bust our butts. Bust our butts. Oops, almost ran straight out of town. Boss got beat up so bad that we forgot how to enter a hotel. But yeah, to your point, Ninja, I think that's the way to do it. But I don't know. It's probably not even worth my time to do that at this moment. it's probably gonna run out, but I want to see what's gonna happen next in the storyline. That's where I'm always torn with this game, especially. Like, there's so much side stuff you can do, but I want to know what's gonna happen, man. Like, the game gets difficult, so you gotta kind of balance it just right. Speaking of, though, I love seeing this. Oh yeah, I should probably go and collect my stuff from the guild too, since I did kill that one. Good job, well done. Let me go finish more requests. So, this is the one that must be your all-hitting attack. Consider all gear carefully. So it must be this one. I wouldn't think that that was the, Ooh. Oh, these are all long-term, so I'll come back to that, maybe. Maybe. Yeah, when they said I smell his towers, I actually thought it was going to be inside the tower. Definitely was not. It's still heading out already. Oh no, we have to do another airship chat, don't we? Oh man. Phantasy Star. You know, where I struggle with, because I think that's one of the ones. Is that like a first person, like where they just pop up, kind of like the Shin Megami Tensei games, where they're like a dungeon crawler style? I hate that I'm not able to articulate that better. And also, a game. Did you ever play Radiant Historia on 3DS? You just came home. Sure, you can't stay around for a while. Yeah, sorry, there's kind of a lot going on. Once our current job is done, I totally intend to come back and take a load off for a while. You really should. We'll be waiting. Anyway, your tickets have already been paid for by Hyena. Ready to check in? As always, we should wait for the ship once we check in. Do you have any other business to run up before we go? Let's fly. Alright then. I'll give the guild house a ring and call the other members of our team. Your team. Estelle's team checked in for their flight and waited for the airship. So in other words, they just literally took a regular flight, checked in on their, iOS app, and posted up at the terminal. I gotta say, this would be really awesome in real life to fly on like an airship like this, where you can stand on the deck. It'd be terrifying because I'm not great with heights, but it seems like it'd be incredible. Yeah, for some reason, like, I have a mind block on those, and I thought I could, like, on the dungeon crawler JRP or RPGs, where it's like that first person, I just struggle. I can't get with it. So, or something like that might be worth checking out, man. And Radiant Historia. Yeah, that game has such a neat combat mechanic with like slotting people down the rows and up the columns. And you can kind of come up with some really creative arts that way. Arts, because I'm playing this game. Like combos that way. It's really cool, and the time travel part, neat. But kind of, I don't know, they kind of overdo it, it feels like sometimes. I see. So now we have a gospel influencing people's minds. Using the fog's particulate matter as a medium to exert mental control over a large area. Well, that settles one question at least. Excuse me, Professor. Yes, you old dog, good timing. Escaped Lyston, did you? Yes, I finally managed to finish a bit of work. I thought I would stop by and see how you're holding up. This beat is nice. What's this? A report from your granddaughter? Yes, just arrived, Express Merlin. Thanks to Tita's report, I'm quite certain of my theory now. Oh, and what I want to get to also is a Bravely Default. Both those I want to play. Not the gospel, I'm assuming. Yes, I thought it's ultimately still a hypothesis at this point. I've gone over it again and again, both on paper and with Capel, though, so I'm reasonably sure of this. Shall I go over it? Absolutely. Alright then, ahem. So what we've been calling the Gospel's orbital shutdown phenomenon, tell me, what do you think it is based on what you see and heard? It's an effect that occurs to any orbital device located near an active gospel, chaining from one device to another. And it renders these devices inert. Well, son, are you coming back for me again? Nope. Okay, well, alright. And it renders these devices inert while a gospel is active. That's how it seems to me, at least. Dumb way to wear a hat. And it renders these devices inert while gospel is active. That's how it seems to me, at least. Half right, half wrong. What you described is closer to the orbital anticept that shorts out internal quartz circuits of an orbment to temporarily suspend its functionality. The phenomenon generated by a gospel, however, is fundamentally different. It steals all the orbital energy formed in an orbment down to the very last joule. We have joules in this one. So it's more an orbital absorption phenomenon then. Yes. In comparison to a combustion engine, it's like siphoning out the petrol. Oh, Ninja. I am like this close to playing through Suikoden, the original one, and then subsequently probably lead to Suikoden 2. I love Suikoden. I think the first game was like one of the best stories ever in a JRPG. So I'm really tempted to play that game on Wednesdays. Because what did I just complete on Wednesday? Oh yeah, I was playing Onimusha. I'm thinking I need to replace the Wednesday game with something. I'm thinking Suikoden will do it. But wait, unless I badly misunderstand physics, that means the gospel should absorb and store all that power, correct? Then lad, you've noticed a very important fact. So I've mentioned a gospel after it absorbs energy, but the gospel does not actually hold any of it. And I'm the exact same way with Suikoden 2, by the way. I've got about halfway, and for some reason always stopped. Not even a single EP's worth. Is it possible that energy is being vented into the wider environment? No, not at all. The energy disappears completely, utterly, and quite impossibly thanks to thermodynamics. Furthermore, these new gospels the Stealth group has been encountering. Every time they've encountered, they cause unbelievable phenomena that even our best orbital engineers can't explain. It's unclear how they're causing such effects, but I can say one thing with confidence, and that is, they're too small. I can say with absolute certainty that any device enabling such massive effects could not fit into the palm of one's hand. Even if society somehow possesses technology centuries ahead of your own, nothing that small could certainly contain that much potential energy. Yeah, Onimusha Warlords, the one that just got remastered on the PS4 is the one I played through. It's pretty good, but some of the controls can be pretty painful. You know, it having the line with the Devil May Cry series and all that, but you're gonna deal with a fixed camera and weird controls. But I mean, overall, I really enjoyed it. And it's got a lot of neat stuff that's happening in it. You can kind of see where they've drawn some inspiration from that game in their later games. And how much it's like Resident Evil. I think I'm starting like with ninjas. Sorry. I think I'm starting to see where this is going. You're saying that gospels must be terminals then, access points of some sort. Exactly. The only function the gospel unit itself has is its ability to manifest an abnormal warp in a local orbital field. That warp then resonates with any local orbital devices, expands and draws energy from the devices. The energy then disappears through the warp. Well, no, it does not disappear. It is sent elsewhere. And whatever is located elsewhere is capable of causing the impossible effects we've seen. You know, I hope I'm misunderstanding this. I'm afraid you get a passing grade here, old friend. Society can use the gospels to draw out and spread the power of whatever this thing is. Spreading the influence of a mysterious force. No wonder the society named them the gospels. Nice. Yes, for sure. I mean, some of them haven't, but a lot of them have, honestly. Like, it feels good. The controls are kind of wonky with some of the weapon switches, but overall, I mean, it feels pretty good, and you kind of know what you're doing. And it's pretty straightforward getting from like point A to point B. You know how Resident Evil puzzles can sometimes be, you know, so convoluted that it's hard to sort it out, but Onimusha kind of does alright. In that case, the nature of this thing bothers me. As you said, even if it's orbit out of our purest fiction lore, as far as that goes, I'm afraid I have no real clue. I've thought of a number of possibilities, but that would be pure speculation at this point. Now, Cassius, I'll ask you the same question I asked you 10 years ago. We're in quite the pickle. What do you need me to do? Haha, the exact same words as when I asked you to develop the patrol airship. Well then. They're not gonna let us know what it is, are they? Has he not figured it out? The key, I think, let's lie in this warp Gospel creates. Russell, can you develop some kind of plan or method of stopping the resonance spread? I thought you'd ask that. I'm just about done with my current invention anyway. I'll get to work as soon as I'm done with that. How intense was that be though? I mean, they have old friendship, but that's still like a high-level military commander coming straight to a scientist like, hey, yo, can you develop this? My least favorite part. Wandering this ship and making sure I talk to all the people. Oh, Olivier. Ah, Estelle. At last we return to Beauce, the land laden with memories of our first meeting. It makes my heart swell to return to a place of such sweet nostalgia. Son. It makes my heart swell to return to a place of sweet nostalgia. Shocking as it may be, I kinda have to agree on the heart-swelling memories bit. Although, as I remember it, you were kind of rude back then. You said I wasn't attractive and made fun of me like a schoolboy. You must understand, my fair Rose. I would only display such cute, bashful behavior in order to hide feelings of love unabated. Yeah, I'll bet that's it, exactly. You sure didn't waste any time putting the moves on Cher, as I remember, or Joshua. Well, putting that aside, as you stand now, your beauty is incomparable to what it was then. Yours is a supple, healthy beauty, with a maiden's gentle virtue. Indeed, you have grown, Estelle. Oh, thank you. Though when you put it that way, it's kind of embarrassing. Please don't say it like that again. There is no shame to be had in virtue, Estelle. Still, you have but only begun to climb the ladder of adulthood. Should you wish to ascend even higher, I would be more than happy to assist you. Okay, Olivier, relax. Yeah, there you go, Estelle. No, thank you. If I was ever in a position to ask anyone about that sort of thing, I'd be a million times better off asking Shara. Ah, pity. The things I could teach. Though Shara will be the one to. Aha. I'll remind you that I have a very large stick. Beauce Market is a dreamland for anyone who likes to shop. I've heard even the manager of the Edel department store a fan of the Beauce Market. You guys up to really, child? My daughter keeps saying she wants to eat at the Aunt and Rose restaurant in Beauce. This must be nice to be a child, so innocent, so unaware of prices. Tita! Oh, hi, Estelle. Still walking around? Sorta, yeah. Oh, Tita, this is your first time in Beauce, isn't it? Uh-huh. I've heard there's a really big store in Beauce. I kinda want to see it. A Beauce Market, yeah. Think of it like the department store in the Grand Sol, but even bigger. It's actually a bunch of different stores all in one space. It's really busy. Wow, that sounds amazing. I hope we arrive in Beauce soon. My friend's one of the guards at Hocken Gate, and let me tell you, the existence of the Empire weighs more heavily on the minds of our troops than anyone else. Ironically, I think our military men will welcome the non-aggression pact more than the rest of us. How's that ironic? Like, yeah, of course, they don't want to... Yeah, that totally makes sense there. Hello, Estelle. Hi, Shara. So this is where you went. Oh, wait. Do you want to be alone for a bit? Oh, this is unlike you, Estelle. Why so reserved? You want to ask about Luciola, right? Yeah. She says we met long time ago, but I don't really remember her at all. I was wondering what she's like, and if you could jog my memory. Let's see, where to begin then? We begin with her stage name, I suppose. Luciola the Bewitching Belle. She could show her audience illusions by dancing while using bells and fans, thus bewitching them, see. Hers was the centerpiece of performance of our little circus troupe, the one that really brought the audiences in. I bet it did. Illusions. But she used an orbment to make them. No, she used something she always called illusion magic, which is apparently some kind of very old, non-orbal art. Luciola was from a family with a tradition of working that art. Was? People who fall in with a traveling circus like ours tend to be one of two kinds. People who had cause to abandon their previous home and families, or people who never had such things to begin with. Luciola was one of the former. I was the latter. I was about 7 years old when Mr. Harvey and his band took me in. Back then, I was little more than a street urchin living in the slums of a city. Pickpocketing, petty theft. There was little I wouldn't do to try to survive. The ones who reached out a hand to me were the troop's leader, Mr. Harvey and Luciola. They taught me, the little girl who couldn't trust anyone, the warmth of a family. They taught me all sorts of skills that would let me earn a place for myself in the troop. Dancing, beast handling, tarot reading. Luciola taught me all of it. But then 8 years ago, Mr. Harvey died in an accident. Without his leadership, we all just drifted apart, went our own ways. I'd been planning on staying with Luciola, but soon after Mr. Harvey died, she simply told me, "There's something I must do." Vanished. Hopeless and lost for the first time in years, I turned to the one remaining man in the world whom I still trusted. As you might suspect, that was Cassius, who had already begun working as a bracer. You know the rest, I imagine. So that's what happened. I had no idea you'd gone through something like that. The reason I aimed to become a bracer at first was to improve myself. I wanted to be able to live and prosper on my own. Show Luciola just how far I'd come once she'd returned. But well, it's been 8 years. Perhaps that was enough time to re-examine my reasons. Shara. Oh, don't make that face. Like Zen said, I don't intend to simply fight her without saying a word. I want to hear Luciola's story from her before doing anything. I have to know what possible reason could have made her associate with this society. Yeah, that sounds good. I've got your back, Shara. I'll do anything I can to help. I know I can always count on you. So you've grown quite a bit, haven't you, Estelle? What? That's kind of sudden. I always thought of you being exactly what I expect of Cassius' daughter. I don't think that's quite right or fair anymore, though. What do you mean? Your strength isn't quite the same as Cassius. Cassius has a heart as deep as the ocean and a strength like a relentless wave. But you, Estelle, your strength is like the sun. You shine and make others shine just by being near them. That's really a kind thing to say to somebody. What? Estelle, you shine like the sun. I think that's why people are attracted to you so easily. It's what I like most about you, and I know Joshua felt the same way. I don't think you need to feel any pressure to live up to Cassius is my point. Yeah. You really are my big sister, Shara. You always know how to encourage me. Thanks. Hey, you're very welcome. Not saying you should return the favor, but you should really drink with me sometime. Now that you're full bracer, you better learn to handle your liquor. How is booze related to? You know what? Never mind. I don't want to know. That was a nice scene. They're really pulling out the, putting on the Ritz here. Like creepily hanging out back here. Talk to you guys. Let's go down first. Oh, Aggie. Hey, is something wrong, Aggie? It's nothing. You still wandering around the ship? Yeah, basically. Oh, you're from Ravenous in the Bose region, right? This will be your first time back home at Wilden. His gang was the Ravens. Huh, I think that makes sense now. It's been a little while, yeah. I did stop by the old place after the Queen's birthday celebration a while back, though. Hey, wait a second. Why are you assuming I'm going back home? Don't be embarrassed, you big teddy bear. You've got a little sister back in Ravenous. Or probably Ravenous. Ravenous. Sure, we'll say that now. You mentioned her once. You must be the biggest softy when it comes to her, huh? Hey. Oh yeah, where the heck is Ravenue? Where the heck in Ravenue is your house anyway? I don't remember meeting any girl who said I was Aggie's little sister when we were there investigating the Sky Bandits. There was a girl with Louie, but no, too young, and I figure your little sister's gotta have your hair. I'll introduce you to Misha soon. Assume we have some reason to visit anyway. Yeah, please do. And in that case, we'll have to bring Tita along too. But why would we have to do that? Tita's kind of attached to you in case you hadn't noticed. She'd be pretty let down if you didn't introduce her to your sister, you know? Oh, I get it. You don't want Misha and Tita to meet. What? Ah, now I get it. They might get together and get lots of trouble like Tita did with Ren, or they might get jealous of each other. Being an older brother must be hard work. Oh, that's what you meant. Huh? Well, don't worry. I'll clean up any mess that happens. I've gotten pretty good at Tita herding. So you just go ahead and introduce those two, crazy kids. I'll make sure nothing blows up. Yeah, thanks. I'll be counting on you for that. Nothing like Tita herding. I did a lot of Tita herding in college. Boom. Let's try going upstairs. Actually, there's still a door here. Pretty good at Tita herding. My apologies for the late departure from port. Still, I've been captain for years and I've never seen fog that thick. Even lights on at full beam couldn't burn through it. Flying in that would have been impossible even for me. Nice to know. Oh, Zen and Chloe. Let's do Zen. Oh, Estelle, good work this time. You're really growing as a bracer. Haha. I'm still kind of a newbie, I think. Like, I'm not even remotely as good as with the staff as Dad. Well, I don't think you should worry about Master Cassius much. An S-rank bracer is a master of their profession. Degree that they attain the unity of purpose all martial arts seek, after all. To be honest, I don't think I could attain such enlightenment even if I spent my whole life trying. See. I gotta admit, it's kind of hard for me to understand how incredible my dad is, but actually, Zen, you mentioned the whole unity of purpose idea to Chloe back at the castle. What exactly does that mean? Yeah, I did. It's kind of tough to explain, to be honest. Oh, punch. Thanks for the resub, bro. Martial arts are full of punches. And I appreciate it, my friend. How's it going, my dear friend? Yeah, I did. It's kind of tough to explain, to be honest. Well, here goes. Master Cassius was once such a transcendent master of the sword, he was given the title of Divine Blade, or Bad Dad. Today, though, he can wield a staff just as easy as the sword he spent his life training with. Why do you think that is? That's good. I mean, if you weren't alive, then you definitely couldn't complain either. If complaint-free lives, then practice really hard? That's part of it, sure. But more than that, it's because he could instantly understand and relate the nature of staff combat to his previous experience. Something beyond what we call a skill, above practicing forms and reflexes above muscle memory. Think of it as a mental state where one can grasp the true nature of all things and control them at will. Well, that's a really bold thing to say. That whole concept is what we refer to as unity of purpose. The true nature of all things, huh? His plan to push back the Imperial Army during your war was the same, I bet. He understood the nature of war, of combat, so intrinsically, so instinctively, that he was able to construct the plan he did. There will be no one more fearsome as a foe. I get it, I think. I wonder if we're ever going to actually fight Cassius. But that means that even my supposedly enlightened dad was beaten in some ways by the society. During the coup, he was lured out of the country for starters. Yeah, he almost certainly possess someone equal to Master Cassius. It's hard to know if it's, however, Lo or this professor. It's hard to know if it's whoever Lo is or this professor, though. Could it be the guy we know as Lawrence? He was pretty powerful. I don't know. He's incredibly skilled, sure, but I doubt he can match up Master Cassius. Besides, his chi, his soul, didn't have unity of purpose, not in the way I've spoken of. He is a blade, sharpened in one specific way by the coldest frost, tempered to perfection, untouched by anyone. That is the sense I get of him in the arena, at least. The philosophy of the 8 leaves school. Leaves tree. Yeah, I get what you mean. He hasn't shown himself, but I figure he's got to be up to something. He did seem to have some kind of fixation on Joshua. I wouldn't be surprised. It wouldn't surprise me if they knew each other from Joshua's days in the society. Between him, me, and Sherazard, we've all got some strange ties in our past to this crew. I wonder if this is the guidance of she who dwells above. And Chloe's been kind of quiet lately. Estelle, out for a walk again. Aha, more or less. More importantly, I'm sorry. I didn't really open up about Joshua until the very end. Haha, don't worry. Still, that girl with Joshua is one of the Sky Bandits, isn't she? Yeah, she's cheeky, insulting little punk by the name of Gisette Coppola. She's also the single biggest tomboy I've ever laid eyes on, and people call me a tomboy sometimes. Whew. Let's see. She does seem a bit charming from the photograph. Okay, Chloe, don't rub it in on this doll here. Take it easy. She'd be pretty cute if she keeps her mouth shut. And she did manage to play a perfect upper crust girl when we first met her too. I'm sorry? Oh yeah, I guess Chloe would have never known that. And still explained how she first met Gisette at the mayor's residence of Relent. I see. That's impressively dexterous, if I may say so. Well, it does make sense since she's apparently a former Erebonian nobility. Putting on a face like that is her specialty, I think. Peel away the layers though, and like I said, at the core she's a cheeky, classless little punk. Still from what I've heard, I can't really find cause to hate her. I expect that if we found a chance to talk, we might have quite a lot in common. Yeah, I can't see that happening. We'd slide off each other like oil and water. Our personalities wouldn't fit together, trust me. Maybe. Who's this beautiful haired man? Seems like the non-aggression pact was signed with no delays. Hope it leads to harmony between Liberal and its neighbors. Oh, hello, miss. Thank you for your patronage. To your right, currently you can view Nebel Valley. The fog around Relent is cleared, but the air remains foggy year-round. My, that fog was terrible. And it just dissipated in an instant. I had never seen such a big fog in all my days. Ding ding, I knew it was gonna happen. Thank you for flying with us today. We'll be arriving in Bose shortly. Please be aware that there may be turbulence while landing, so ask that all passengers take their seats. Thank you for sitting Estelle down. This song is pretty good too. It's still no match for Gransel music though. I completely forgot about Lugrin and how he looks like this. Everyone, hello. Good work out there in Relent. The Solar Streak, the Heavy Blade, the Immovable, and our Rising Star Rookie all together. Brings a tear of joy, brings a tear to my eye, it does. Rising Star Rookie. You of course. You're a little walking miracle who's managed to stop the society in 4 different regions. That's been the gossip anyway. Yeah, I know, right? That dude's super cool. Like, his look is just on point. Saying I stopped anything is oversaying it more than a little. They just ran off since their experiments were done. You did handle yourself well in the Relent cases, though. Don't sell yourself too short. I think you can be a little bit proud. Yeah, but that was just a bunch of coincidences coming together. And you know what game I played recently? The Trial Demon Cross Machina on the Switch. That game's neat. Like the little demo they put out. No need to get so embarrassed. You just need to live up to your reputation is all. Yeah, thanks, Sin. You make that sound like a cakewalk. Anyway, all that aside, what's the situation like here in Bose? There's been no sign of society whatsoever. I did punch. And it looks like a Monster Hunter game, kind of. Like a hunter game. with mechs, which sounds awesome. Also, you can totally get out of that mech in the middle of the fight if it gets taken down. There's a lot of things I discovered, but it kind of doesn't run great on the Switch. I don't know if maybe if you've tested it out and played it. It kind of doesn't run great. I like playing with a Pro Controller. Yeah, I don't know how if I could do it without, like I would play it in handheld mode or anything like that. But using a Pro Controller, it felt okay. But yeah, some of the performance wasn't great. No surprise, I suppose, since the Sky Bandits were caught, the Army's been patrolling the region pretty heavily. Yeah, I think it would make sense for it to be exclusive to the Switch. And I just didn't think it ran well. Hopefully they can optimize it a bit, but Switch isn't super powerful. But yeah, sometimes when stuff was happening, trying to rotate, and I really like the idea. That's the thing, like hunting game where you can have a mech of like the missions and stuff like that. Like I think that sounds really cool, and the style is very good. Like the way the actual aesthetic is, like kind of cell shaded-ish, even more polished. I don't know. I like it. I want more of that game. I'm going to buy that, regardless if it runs well or not. One thing sticks out though: there have been too many dangerous monsters prowling the air around here these days. Really? You know, I noticed that the last time I was here, Bose seems to usually have more wanted monsters than other regions. Why is that? Bose said most of it comes down to Bose being a huge and filled with rough terrain. Makes it common to see monsters come down from the less inhabited areas. Thing is though, we've had 10 cases just since the beginning of the month. 10, that is a lot. I'm guessing they kept Sting, that's kept Sting and the rest of the crew busy. I forgot there's a bracelet named Sting. Yes, and Kurt's team stopped by the other day to slice several of them. Me and you're dead if you could take care of a few of them for us as well. That strikes me as a good course of action. It's possible the society's involved with this. Yeah, and they could hurt someone if they just leave them alone, so we should get out there and take them down. Aggie, what's wrong? Yeah, what's up? You're really quiet. Nah, it's nothing. Anyway, let's get out there and bring back some monster heads. Pardon me. Look at these two well-dressed madams. Mayor Mabel and Leela. Aha, good day. Estelle, it's so good to see you again. I'm glad to see you as well. Wow, it's seriously been forever. I think we last met at the Queen's birthday celebrations, right? Yes, it feels as though it's been ages. I've been hearing all about your exploits in the news though, Estelle. That goes for everyone else as well. I'm glad to see you all safe. Especially you, Chloe. Are you on school break already? I ended up taking a little time off earlier. It's good to see you again, Mabel. Yeah, Punch, I'm definitely excited about it. I'm gonna play the heck out of it. Because, I mean, mechs, right? Mechs action combat? Where you can access and pick up salvage materials off the ground? If only you could, like, pick up the busted arm on the ground and put it onto your arm right on the spot. Rip out your character arm, jab in that gun arm. Now want a laser sword. It's good to see you again, Mabel. Huh, you two seem, pretty familiar. Well, Mabel used to be a student at the academy. We met before she graduated. And I'm certainly glad we met too. Ahaha, I see. Demon Cross Machina. It's on the Nintendo Switch. They released like a demo trial thing for free. Worth checking out. Yeah, how'd you feel about it, Juiced? And Aggie Crosner. It has been some time, sir. Suppose so. Hang on, Aggie. Mayor Mabel, you know each other. Oh my, yes. I relied on Mr. Crosner a number of times for various jobs only he could do. And 10 years ago. Hey, Mayor. I forgot myself, pardon. Regardless, I simply wished to stop by today to welcome you back. The sound of things, you're pursuing an international criminal syndicate which threatens the safety of the entire country. I agree, it's definitely cool. It's got real good style and customizable characters. An international criminal syndicate. Sometimes they feel more like a society of supervillains, but that's one way to think of them, yes. So far as the city of Bose is concerned, the threats these criminals pose is not someone else's problem, it's everyone. If I can do anything to assist you in your investigation, anything at all, you need only to ask. Thanks. If we need help, we'll definitely ask. Well, we'll be expecting a lot from you, Mayor. Excellent. Now I'm afraid I must excuse myself here. Should anything else come up, please come visit me at my residence. Pardon us. Come on, Aggie. Couldn't you have been a little more civil? It's who I am. We ain't running a butler service here. Give me a break. Oh man, sometimes when I hear Aggie talk, I hear Punch. Punch equals Aggie. Aggie can be a bit kind of arrogant to people sometimes. Nothing, Punch. Don't worry about it. He's usually polite towards clients, though. You were kind of short with the mayor, Aggie. You're imagining things. More to the point, I remember talking about us bringing back some monster heads. Lurgren, give us the breakdown. Right, we have 3 cases outstanding. This is a weird way for them to present this information. So they have like the cases outstanding, but they're showing it inside of my journal, or Bracer journal, where I've apparently already written them down. First, there's a blade fang stalking around in Crone Pass. We've also got a ghost epitaph in the Nebel Valley. And finally, an octobone raising hell at the Ambrol Tower. Okay, got those written down. Alright, monster slang's the perfect task for my great sword. I'll be taking charge this time around. Huh? Well, you are a Bose native, my good heavy blade. You're probably the best suited out of all of us. I have no objections. Decided that. Go ahead and pick as a team, Estelle. You're being suspiciously gung-ho about this, you know. Yes. Please form your party. You may choose 2 other members aside from the mandatory member. The huge. Okay. It's gonna make it worse. Okay, so if we're going all over the region to find these unwanted monsters, I would say all monsters are unwanted monsters. Oh, it's gonna drive me nuts. What if I do this now? Still there. Oh well. Okay, so if we're going all over the region to find these wanted monsters, since we're out, why don't we stop at Ravenue Village? Pretty sure I made this clear on the flight over. We'll visit Ravenue after we're done with the work here in Bose. You unfeeling clod. Aggie has the right of it, I think. Or would you want to go and leave our Tita behind? Oh right, gotta bring Tita. You have to agree just because of that. We got monsters to hunt, boys. Accept. Okay. Monster. Imperial Quest. Ambassador Kranos. Battle has been stolen by someone. The Erebonian ambassador. Hereby request immediate and full support of the Bracer Guild. Erebonian Embassy. First flavor. Alright. Is this the biggest town in the game? I think maybe Gransel's bigger than that. I mean, you're not wrong, Sky. Like, I feel like The Witcher would be a perfect fit for these monsters that need to be slayed. Oh, that'd be so good. Trails in the Sky, Witcher crossover. Hey, I heard you need some monsters exterminated. I got silver for that. Yeah, his monster blade was the silver one. Do they though? I feel like these bracers always stay busy. I don't need this. Go. Like, these bracers are always doing something mega important all the time. Maybe it's like something for Sting to do though. Sting needs work. Ugh, the background's gonna kill me. Huh. What you mean you don't want to see him in Soul Calibur again? No, there's a lot of Witcher / people's personal fictions. I think he was actually in some older games too. Like he was in yeah, that's true, Monster Hunter, yeah. Which I thought was super weird. Like that is so odd, the place to put him. Chloe, do you even stab anybody really? Let's get the Ogre Buster for Aggie. $500 is all you need in life. There we go. Speaking of, I need to play some more Monster Hunter. I kind of want to get that Geralt. I don't think I can actually do it anymore though, can I? And here's a spoiler alert, you guys. I'm actually kind of enjoying playing Final Fantasy XIV. And I'm not going to stream it ever because that's the most boring thing to ever watch, but I am enjoying playing it on my own time. I actually got the PS4 version as well as the PC version, so I can play either way. Sell this stuff. Where? Cross gear. 2,000. Which stuff? Got that Earthworm Gem here. And let's see what else we can buy. Probably gonna need some defensive equipment, but what other? Yeah, I mean the fee though is kind of what attracts me to it, because I mean the free to play MMORPGs are so painful. They just got so much going on in the screen, and then again, I can't even say that because 14 still suffers from that as well. Yeah, Jin has it has crossplay, so I have it for PC and I have it for PS4, so I can crossplay if I'm like in front of my computer or if I'm sitting on a PlayStation. It's real lazy, the thing I'm describing. Super lazy. So these ceramic spikes, Estelle, give those to Estelle. Estelle is the theoretical tank. Hey, I said it myself, alright, Jen. I said it myself. I'll admit, I confess, that's a very lazy thing I'm doing. I mean, the thing is, too, like, for everywhere that there is a computer, there's also PlayStation in, like, my apartment. So I was like, it's just no reason. Seal Orbital Factory. Let's see if there's some new orbments in there. Defense 4. A freeze shield. Level 4 stuff. Is this the first time level 4 has been available? I don't think that's true. Let's check. Oopsie. Okay, yeah, level 3s all over, but no level 4s. Alright, Juice. Hey, you're not missing anything because I'm about to finish up here soon. As I'll hit my 2-hour mark. You have a good sleep, Juice, and have a great night, my friend. So we got attack 1 on Aggie still. Yeah, so let's see. We need some level 4 stuff, yeah. Oopsie. Still though, the shop's been healthy, and if I might say so, we'll run ever since I got it back. So kick back, relax, and let me know if there's anything you need. I want orbments for free. That's what I want. 300 of those, don't got that. HP, it's fine, but attack 4. Strength sans defense. Okay. Shield evade 4. None of that. MP 2. Action. I want to say that we've already got cast on cast for oh, Lithicus. Thank you for the raid, my dear friend. I appreciate it. Sky, I would not say it's like that. I know what you're thinking because you see like the gridded combat area that you're selecting directions to move. It's all good, Lithicus. I appreciate the raid. I appreciate it, my friend. How was your stream? But yeah, Sky, I see what you're saying. Like, post it. Yeah, because there's the grid and you can maybe move and attack, all that stuff. But no, really, it's like, in the end, it's just like a regular RPG. They just happen to have some like location-based stuff going on with the movement. But no, not that tactical. That's good, Lithicus. I was you were doing Apex, right? Still enjoying that one. EP. Yeah, we gotta put Chloe into that whole jam right now. And E and hit 4. Hey man, hey, if you enjoy it, then everybody else is gonna enjoy watching you play it, that's for sure. Let's see. I guess I forgot to get that. What, Sky? You can't stand the music? The music is great. You've made a terrible mistake. I gotta get him a double slot. That's what I said, Lithicus. What? Who is this man? This music is fantastic. Howdy. Well, you can just like turn the music off and enjoy it that way. All right, let's just, you know, to each their own for sure. Like, I think the key with the music is that it's very much attached to the game itself. So the more into the game you get, the more you'll kind of dig the music because of what it's associated with. Maybe not its actual orchestral composition, possibly, but really it's just good beats, bro. It's got these sick beats. EP2. We got EP3, so hit our EP4. Yeah, double slot it. Got it. Can we double slot Olivier? Or, sorry, Chloe. I need to not call it double slotting her. Not on the water one. I guess we can do this one. That's not what we need though. What slot is that? That's the third one, and we don't have enough stuff to do. That's his life. Yeah, we need like a little bit more brown and a little bit more green. Quartz. I love poison. Line 3. Yeah, I think we're good otherwise. I might be willing to get evade 4, but otherwise we're good. Yeah, we'll see what Aggie can do, especially with his new red. Yeah, ooh, napalm breath. That's a neat one. Probably should put new attack on Olivier. Oh yeah. And the thing is, you're gonna hear this particular one a lot if you play the game, because this is where all of the the modifications of your attack and all that stuff happen. It's a lot. It kind of sounds like I'm like you're in a carnival or something. But anyway, to that point, it has been 2 hours almost exactly. And you know what that means? It's time for me to shut it down.